Hi there. Well, welcoming is the theme of this week's Gospel reading from the Bible. And right now, that's what many of us in churches are thinking about as the government guidelines for lifting lockdown comes in, and how do we welcome people back into church, into the church building? Well, it's not for us at St Andrew's straightforward. As like with lots of churches and businesses, we have to make changes to where people can sit, what can be touched, how people can move through the building, how to clean it, among many other things. None of it is straightforward. And that's why we won't be opening for worship at the beginning of July, as the PCC will need to do lots of risk assessing and implement changes just to see if it's possible to open in the near future or not. But as many of us do begin to slowly do more other things, like meeting other people at a distance, the way we welcome one another is probably a really interesting thing to think about. You know, from what I'm hearing, many of us, I know me included, are feeling quite uncertain right now. Often people are feeling overwhelmed, like kind of we're at sea, like we're going up and down and we're all kind of out of control. It's like for so many of us in all of our areas, there's kind of uncertainty of the future, not knowing what decisions to make, not really even knowing what to do for the best. Well, in today's gospel, there's an invitation to approach life with a kind of openness to compassion for the stranger, for welcoming even in the midst of uncertain times. The reading says, Jesus says, "Whoever welcomes you welcomes me, and whoever welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me." So it's saying that as we welcome a stranger, or welcome anyone actually, we're actually also welcoming Christ, the source of love. I wonder what that might look like. Whether that's to do with decisions to do with what we do with work or children or meeting grandchildren or friends or neighbours or passers-by. What might welcoming look like in these contexts? Well, the gospel then goes on to say, whoever gives a cup of cold water to these little ones, none will lose their reward. What's that all about? What might offering cups of cold water look like? Well, that's a good question, but maybe even more importantly, how do we even get to the point of considering offering a cup of cold water? I know for me, when I'm super stressed, I can't even think about others. When I'm in that deep, knotted up place, I just have no capacity to think about other people, not even the people I should be thinking about, let alone an openness of heart and attentiveness, looking for how to welcome others. I just can't even consider welcoming a stranger because I'm blinkered. I'm just often even looking at the floor. And so I get it. The capacity for welcoming, the capacity for compassion and action, for offering a cold cup of water to a stranger, that is ridiculous, isn't it? But occasionally I get a glimpse of a wider, expansive choice to live in a different way. My circumstances don't change, but what if? What if instead of feeling there's not enough, you know that feeling? Not enough time, not enough energy, not enough resource. What if I truly dared to consider, what if God's got this? What if God's work of love is God's economy, is the one that says, you are loved, I, God, have got you, there is enough. If you give me trust and you trust me, then the world will give back to you. You will be held. Things will come good. Hope always wins. What if that is really true? At those moments, I feel I can breathe deeper. I feel calmer. I feel my shoulders relax and my load feels lighter. And then on those days, I do have a little bit more capacity to be present. I notice the little things. And what's more, I'm looking for the evidence of God's economy, of the work of the one of love. I'm looking for if it's true. So I'm looking for where is Christ at work? And then I wonder, is this how I become ready to welcome? What if we are invited to be ready to welcome Christ? And guess what? If you do that, what's even madder is that you're going to receive more. You're going to receive Christ. You know, it all comes down to a deep fundamental understanding of how our world works. Is it true that scarcity, that not enough, is what makes the world go round? And therefore, if it's scarcity that's running the world, then to preserve and protect our own is the number one thing. There's no capacity for anything else. Or is it possible? Is it possible that abundance, that there is enough, that the more you give, the more you receive? Maybe that's how the world works. Maybe that's the modus operandi. Maybe today we're invited to try, even a day at a time, or just a moment, to see if we can lean in to living as though God has got this. The very source of love is at work. That even if we mess up, even if we make the wrong choices, that source of work, that source of love, is at work, offering hospitality and welcome, offering support and precision and resource. Maybe it's up to you and me to choose to tune into that flow of love, to be guided to open ourselves to welcoming it into how we choose to live our lives. Maybe that's what we're invited to. May you know this week that the one of love has got this. The one of love has got you, is working for love for you. And may you be ready to welcome love in abundance where it turns up. Amen.